bride furious after dad made PDF of her wedding invite and sent it to every single relatives, including people she's never met without her permission. A bride-to-be on Reddit said her father sent out a PDF version of her wedding invite to distant cousins and people that she's never met without telling her. Follow Buzztown Times because we keep you informed. A bride-to-be says she's raging mad at her father and on the verge of not speaking to him after he invited extra people to her wedding without her permission. In a recent Reddit post, the woman explained that she lives in a different country than her father, and he asked to hand-deliver some of her wedding invitations to relatives. She agreed to give him the names on the guest list, knowing that he often spent time with them in person. When her father asked for the PDF version of the invite to send to a relative he was talking to on WhatsApp, the bride said she got suspicious and asked why he didn't just send it in the mail. However, she said she naively complied. When I returned to my home country, within the first few hours of being back, I learned that he disregarded my list and sent the PDF version of the invite to every single relative, including people I have never even met, the bride wrote. The bride said she's paying for her own wedding and her father, who is divorced from her mother, wasn't meant to be involved in financing the event. He explained that he felt torn about inviting some relatives and excluding others because it's not the right way to do things. He claimed that she wanted the extra people invited because he asked her if she wanted her cousins there, and she told him they were invited and counted. It's your fault. You told me to do this, he said per the bride's post. But she was referring to her first cousins. She said, not the third and fourth cousins who she never met and whom he invited without asking her. The bride asked her father for an apology and warned him that if the extra people he added to her guest list RSVP'd that they were coming, she expected him to pay for them. An apology was hard to get from him, she claimed, but her dad eventually said something like, I might have done something wrong, sorry. The extra invites were a sore spot, but the situation escalated as she found out that more cousins her dad invited were coming to the wedding. I let him know about these extra people, and his response was, uninvite them then, the bride wrote. He created this issue. I don't know these people, don't have their numbers, they're not on social media, and I don't even live in that country anymore. The bride's post concluded, yeah, he's making it my problem. The urge to go no contact and never see him again is strong, and I am raging. Many people agreed with the bride in the comments of the post. This would infuriate me to no end. I'd tell him to uninvited all the extras or he would no longer be invited. I have very little patience for boundary stompers, someone wrote. The bride replied that she told her father he could either pay for the extra people, uninvited them, or she told him they can take your space. Many people gave the bride a script for the conversation she should have with her dad. One user suggestion was simple. No worries, Dad. They are still invited, you, however, are not. Another Reddit user suggested that she talk directly to the extra guests and tell them your father decided not to respect your guest list that was small and you don't have space for them. This is giving me heart palpitations. Someone wrote under a reply suggesting that some of the cousins the bride invited might show up without replying to an RSVP. Although most comments were supportive of the bride, one user suggested her dad's actions may have come from a place of pride. Stay with us for more stories.